Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at some source material, a pretty big guide, actually, meant to teach conversational English fast. But we're not, learning the vocab. We're doing something different.
Exactly. We're pulling apart the structure, looking at the hidden rules, the social cues that make these everyday conversations actually work. It's like finding the blueprint underneath the language itself. If you get the mechanics, you get a huge leg up on actually communicating.
Right, the protocols.
Yeah.
So the source breaks it down into, what, 3 main areas?
Yeah, 3. First is what they call social lubrication, basically. Greetings, small talk, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Second, transactional English. You know, how you buy things, order food,
Yeah.
getting stuff done.
Uh-huh.
And then the third one is, well, a bit more advanced, soft skills and repair mechanisms. What to do when things get tricky or you mess up.
Got it. So it's not just what to say, but why and when. The sequence matters.
Precisely. It's strategic. Let's jump into that first part, the social stuff.
Okay, starting right at the beginning, greetings. The source says, obviously, hello, hi. Simple enough.
Yep. But the immediate next step, how are you? That's where the real insight is.
Ah, right. Because it's not really asking how you are, is it?
Almost never. That's the key takeaway. It's a ritual, a mandatory piece of politeness, not a genuine inquiry about your health or mood.
It functions purely as a greeting, like a verbal nod.
Exactly. And you're expected to give a standard, brief answer, I'm fine, thanks, or good you, something like that.
And if you don't, if you actually start talking about your terrible morning,
Instant awkwardness. You've broken the unwritten rule. That how are you exchange, it's just confirming both people are like open for interaction. That's it.
it's like a password. Okay,
Yeah.
so when you've done that, if it's the first time meeting, the source says, nice to meet you, is essentially.
Mandatory. And it has to be returned. Nice to meet you too. That seals the initial greeting loop. Then you can move on.
To names. What's your name? I'm Sarah, or my name's David. Standard stuff.
Right. And after names, you need a bridge. Something easy to talk about.
Which the guide says is the weather. Always the
Yeah.
weather.
Always.
Why, though? It feels so bland sometimes.
Because it's the perfect neutral territory. It's completely safe. Everyone experiences it. Nobody can really disagree strongly about it. And it requires zero personal information. Low risk, easy connection.
Strategic. Makes sense.
And the guide highlights a neat little grammatical trick here.
The tag question, like, it's cold today, isn't it?
Exactly. That isn't it. Changes everything. It's not just a statement anymore.
You're asking for agreement.
Yes. You're
Yeah.
creating a tiny moment of shared experience. We both feel this cold, right? It instantly makes the interaction feel, friendlier, warmer,
Fair.
which is the whole point of this social lubrication.
Okay, so you've warmed up with the weather. Now, if you're in a more professional context, the conversation often shifts to.
What do you do? Which just means, what's your job?
Right. And the examples are like, I'm a student, I work in IT, I'm an engineer.
Uh-huh. But crucially, the guide points out you have to respond with something like, oh, that's interesting.
You can't just grunt. You have to show you heard and, well, processed it.
You have to signal engagement. It's part of the protocol.
And then, wrapping up the chat, there's a difference between casual and polite goodbyes.
Big difference. Casual might just be, see you later.
Okay.
But the proper, polite way, according to the source, you need to sort of summarize and validate the chat. It was nice talking to you.
Acknowledges the interaction.
Exactly. And then the final closing. Have a good day. It's a definitive, polite end. Ritual complete.
All right, let's switch gears from just chatting to actually, getting things done. Transactional English, shopping, restaurants.
Right. Functional stuff. So you walk into a shop, you need help. How do you start?
The guide says you need to be polite, get their attention with, excuse me, can you help me?
Yes, that's the signal. You're initiating a service request. Not demanding, just opening the channel.
Then you state your need.
Yeah.
But again, softly. Not, I want shoes.
The phrase is, I'm looking for a blue t-shirt. It frames it as a search, not a demand.
Makes sense. Kinder.
And that usually leads to the shop assistant asking standard things, right? What size do you need?
Or suggesting you can try them on to check the fit.
Standard process phrases. Now, what if it's not quite right? Maybe the wrong color or size.
Ah, the utility phrase. Do you have this in a different color? Or a different size?
Perfect. It
Okay.
keeps the interaction moving smoothly, lets you guide it without being pushy.
Okay, so you've found your item, time to buy, price check,
Simple. How much is this?
and then seal in the deal.
I'll take it, or I'll take the blue one, if there's a choice. You're moving from looking to buying. Clear signal.
Got it. Now let's shift to restaurants. Similar structure, I guess.
Pretty similar. It starts with the host or waiter managing the flow. How many people for the table?
Right. Then maybe anything to drink to start.
Uh-huh. And when you order your actual food, again, politeness is key.
So not give me the steak.
Definitely not. It's I'll have the steak or I'd like the chicken sandwich, please. Softened requests.
Keeps the tone respectful. Okay, now, payment. This is where that interesting cultural bit comes in.
Ah, yes. The bill versus the check. Crucial difference depending on where you are.
So if you ask for the bill in the U.S.,
They'll understand you, probably, but the standard term is check. Can we have the check, please?
and in the U.K., it's bill, could we have the bill?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Same function, the paper with the total cost, but different words. Knowing that saves potential confusion, a really useful nugget from the source.
Definitely. And final steps.
Yeah.
Asking about payment methods.
Do they take credit cards? Standard question.
And when they bring the change or the machine and you say thank you.
The required reply is, you're welcome. It's the polite closing loop for the transaction. Okay, moving into the, let's say, more complex territory now. Business interactions and, critically, how to handle things when communication gets fuzzy or goes wrong. Repair mechanisms.
Right, the advanced stuff.
Yeah.
So business context. The tone shifts immediately, doesn't it?
Totally. Greetings become more formal. Good morning, good afternoon, instead of just hi.
And explaining your job is structured. I work in the sales department or marketing or whatever.
We work in the finance department.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about clearly stating your role in context.
And the guide mentioned using specific grammar here.
Mm.
Like asking how long someone's worked somewhere.
Ah, right. How long have you worked here? That uses the present perfect tense.
Why is that tense important here, structurally?
Because it connects the past, starting the job, directly to the present moment. It emphasizes the duration up until now. It's the grammatical way to ask about ongoing experience.
Interesting. Beyond grammar, politeness in requests is huge in business, isn't it?
Absolutely essential. This is where that phrase, could you, becomes really important.
Instead of just saying, finish this report.
Right. Could you finish this report today is a request. Finish this report is a command. That could you softens it, respects the other person's time and autonomy, even if they work for you, makes it much more likely to get a positive response.
Okay, but what if the conversation just breaks down? Like you genuinely didn't hear what someone said.
The go-to phrase, the lifesaver. Sorry, could you repeat that?
Simple, polite, effective, way better than just nodding and hoping you understood.
Way better. And clarification doesn't stop there. The source mentioned deadlines, for example. If someone says, by this
I
afternoon,
need to pin that down. Okay, do you mean like before 3 p.m. or just by the end of the workday?
exactly. Using conversation to remove ambiguity, it's crucial.
This section also covered appointments, right?
Okay.
Making them.
Yep. Polite framework again. I'd like to make an appointment. Then checking if a suggested time is okay. Does Wednesday at 2 p.m. work for you?
And if it does?
A simple, informal confirmation like, yes, that works, or that works for me.
What about changing an appointment?
The key word is reschedule. I need to reschedule my appointment. Clear and standard.
Okay, now apologies. The source made a distinction here, didn't it? Between simple and more serious apologies.
Yeah, it's a spectrum. If you're just a bit late, I'm sorry I'm late is usually fine.
And the typical response is,
Oh, don't worry about it, or no problem. Forgiveness is easy for small things.
but if it's a mistake at work, like, I apologize for the error in the report.
Then the response shifts. You don't just wave it away. The guide suggests something like, okay, I appreciate you telling me, or thanks for letting me know, or even, I appreciate your honesty.
It acknowledges the seriousness and the professionalism of owning the mistake.
Exactly. It reflects the higher stakes in a professional setting.
The source also touched on expressing feelings, using words like a little or very to modify them, like I'm a little tired versus I'm very tired.
Right. Those modifiers let you calibrate the intensity of the emotion you're conveying, fine-tuning the signal.
And responding to bad news? If someone says they're sick.
There's a standard script for sympathy. First, oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Huh.
Followed by a simple offer of support, usually quite general. Take care. Or, I hope you feel better soon. Quick, empathetic, doesn't pry.
Okay, this brings us to maybe the trickiest part. Correcting mistakes. Especially correcting other people.
Yeah, this is high-level social skill. If you make a slip-up, it's easy. Oops, sorry, I mean. And then you state the correction.
But correcting someone else, That's navigating a minefield.
It really is. You have to be incredibly careful not to cause embarrassment or seem like you're attacking them.
So the guide's magic phrase for this is,
Do you mean, as in, sorry, do you mean the meeting is on Tuesday, not Wednesday?
why is that phrasing so effective?
Two key reasons. First, it avoids a direct accusation. You're not saying you're wrong. You're phrasing it as your own possible misunderstanding. Am I mixed up or did you mean?
Puts the potential error gently back on them, maybe?
Exactly. It gives them an out. They can easily say, oh, yes, sorry, I meant Tuesday, without losing face. It preserves harmony. It's conversational diplomacy, really.
Wow, okay, we've covered a lot of ground there. From basic hellos through buying coffee, navigating business meetings, and even fixing conversational mistakes. It really is like a functional skeleton.
It is. And the guide's final advice really hammers this home. It's all about practice, but not just any practice.
Right, it's not about learning lists of words. It's about repetition of these core phrases and structures,
Yeah.
saying them out loud.
Building muscle memory for the social protocols. They even suggest that super simple daily exercise.
Yeah, just 1, say hello to someone. 2, ask, how are you? And give the standard reply. 3, and a brief chat with, have a good day.
Do that every day, and the basic rhythm of polite interaction starts to feel natural. It's about embedding the core structure.
And the overall message for you, the listener, seems to be, start small. Use these learned phrases in real situations. Don't aim for perfection right away.
Exactly. Need to ask the price, use how much is this, didn't catch something important, immediately use, sorry, could you repeat that? Making an appointment. I'd like to make an appointment.
Using these specific tools builds confidence because they work. They achieve the communication goal smoothly.
Right. Your interactions feel more controlled, more predictable, and that builds confidence like nothing else.
So we've looked at the protocols for greetings, for transactions, for business talk, and maybe most importantly for repair. These are the building blocks.
And recognizing these patterns, understanding the why behind these phrases, that's the real deep dive. Confidence comes from knowing the rules of the game, knowing the expected steps in the social dance. Then you can relax and navigate it.
So here's a final thought to mull over. Based on everything we've discussed from the source material, think about how much emphasis there is on politeness, especially in those repair mechanisms. The specific phrases for apologies, that very careful do you mean, for corrections.
Mm-hmm.
What does that intense focus on avoiding offense and ensuring clarity tell us about what English-speaking cultures, or at least the one reflected in this guide, really value in conversation? Maybe something about social harmony and, well, unambiguous understanding.
Definitely something to think about. Thanks for diving in with us today.
We look forward to the next deep dive.